Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Mubina and today I'm your moderator and welcome to Global Chill Talk 2020. So today we have with us two of our panelists. One is Mohammed and another one is Brother Ali Akbar. So Mohammed is our current president of UISS BJ and Brother Ali Akbar is our ex-MPP who was ex-INT.EXCO International. So we would like to have conversation about Ramadan and also Hari Raya, which is upcoming. But we can literally discuss about anything. So the rules are that you guys, the viewers, can write anything in the comment section. You can ask us anything. We would be answering that as well. So let's go to the questions section. So our first question is, because it's Ramadan, so how is your Ramadan going on in UNICEL campus? The question is asked to both of our panelists. Please answer them. Maybe we go start with Mohammed. Please, Mohammed. Mohammed, you need to unmute your and answer the question.
Sorry. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohammed Musa. I'm the current president of UISS. And I would like to thank you guys for having us in this platform and have Ramadan TikTok or Ramadan chat. Thank you. And I would like to start answer the question by Ramadan been very nice month so far, alhamdulillah, and it's been too fast. And sorry, because I cannot hear well.
Oh, so the question was actually, how's your Ramadan going in UNICEL campus?
Ramadan so far, as I said, is going so well, alhamdulillah. It's been too fast. Now it's only remained 7 days, and for the quiet past 22 days, if I'm not mistaken, it's been like seriously, literally too fast. Here at the campus life, it was like quite slow, and there's not much people so far, but we have few friends there, and UNICEL were good for us to hosting us, like giving us food, iftar sometimes, and everything. And life so far, alhamdulillah, is great.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Also, do you remember the Pasar Raya, or what do we call it, Pasar Malam, used to be at UNICEL campus just before breaking fast? We would all go there and buy a lots of foods, right? Yeah, so the same question goes to Brother Ali Akbar, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I am Ali Akbar and the ex-MVP. So the question is the Ramadan. First of all, I would like to thank Mubina, our moderator. And so far, alhamdulillah, as we have seen the global pandemic currently about Sidal first. But this Ramadan is totally different. You cannot pray at masjid. You cannot go. You cannot gather. Like you have to maintain the social distance. So alhamdulillah, for us, everything is okay as long as we are still alive. And UNICEF, just more mention here, UNICEF give us food. We are also really grateful to our UNICEF top management because they provide, since lockdown started, they provide food and they provide whatever we need. They just provide. So we are thanks to UNICEF also. And for this Ramadan, as usual, just reciting Quran and reading tafsir, and you can learn new things of knowledge Islam, because this is online class. So after you're free, then you can do whatever you in online, because you can get a lot of time. So I just spend this way because this is the most valuable time and also the last Ramadan of mine at UNICEF.
Yes, true. Actually, we appreciate very much that UNICEF is providing us with food for very long time. So I would like you guys to say, share your Ramadan when you used to be back your country. How was it? How different was it from here?
For me, since 7 or 8 years, maybe I didn't do Ramadan with my family, so just stay in Dhaka. So it was really great. I miss the family and also miss the food, our country food, like especially during make iftar. So just as usual, passing, reciting Quran also. But especially this Ramadan on Idul Fitri, we will miss our family. We cannot bonding together. We cannot see, but we can make them happy by video call, by talking like this.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So what about you, Muhammad?
Ramadan back home, it was like half different taste, different spiritual life, and gathering with the family and friends. In Traweh, you can hear the masjid from all around the areas, like praying and reciting Quran and everything. And the most important thing is like family gathering. Like we have iftar with them. You can like chit chat with your family and sisters and brothers. You can help your moms inside the kitchens and all of this stuff, and it totally 100% have different lifestyle there back home. So to be honest, I miss Ramadan. This is my third Ramadan away from my family, because once I flew back, I spent Ramadan with my family. But for Ramadan here in Malaysia, it have different tastes also, because also sometimes I spent last period of Ramadan with my friend, which is local here, and it's also give me like different spiritual life and different like different lifestyle, and I learned a lot from them. So basically, Ramadan here is totally different. There's a good way and the bad way also while you are away from your family in this world. But Alhamdulillah, we grateful and be happy all the time when we just attend this season, because not a lot of people had the chance to attend this season. But we're grateful to Allah, Alhamdulillah, we are so far still alive and doing our ibadah.
Alhamdulillah. Also, spending Ramadan with family is really a blessing. So I would like to know that obviously in every country they have different kind of food for Ramadan. Also, you guys, both of you are from different countries. So can you guys explain the food that you guys usually only have in Ramadan? Just tell us the name and explanation of that food. Maybe we start with Muhammad.
Well, Ramadan and the food is something quite, oh my God, I cannot imagine. Ramadan back home, like you can eat everything you want. You can see the table full of food, different branch and different type of food. The most favorite for me is like sambosa, and my sister cook, and also it's totally different. Because here, as I saw, people here tend to have like the main meals, which is rice and chicken most of the time. But back home, there we have different variety of food. Like we have rice, we have something called asida, we have something called kisra, we have something called gurasa, and this is the tradition food for us, for me actually, which is Sudanese. But also we tend to eat rice as well, but not much as here, because kind of the food here is quite sometimes spicy, sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's sweet, and it's kind of weird texture at the beginning. But now we just adopt it and we keep going with it. Back in home, we have like our favorite drinks, which is veto and this stuff. Here, it's like kind of hard to find it, except you go to Arabic shops, and so you can find it there. Yeah, but in general, everything is okay. Food, we learn different type of food, new culture, of course. So that's why we just adopt it and we go with it.
Yes. So, Brother Ali Akbar, please.
Yeah, for us in our Bangladeshi food, especially we have traditional something like mori and beguni, aloo chop, this kind of food, and also piazu. I don't know this English is quite difficult, and uh, like something sweet things called jalebi, bundia. The area, the language of region is different, but and
Yeah.
and also and drinks so on. And also that is compulsory because it's the sunnah to break the fast. This for especially on iftar time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as we are from the same country, I can understand the name of the food you mentioned, but I'm sure most of the viewers would be very perplexed about the fact. So I would like to, say the fact that Ramadan is going, even if staying at hostel, spending your Ramadan is quite hard, but we are all feeling sad that Ramadan is going away because we know that shaitan is coming back and we are tend to do more mistakes and we would like drift away from Islam. So yeah, it's quite sad that Ramadan is going. I personally wish that Ramadan was whole year. So I would like to ask you guys that let's get into some serious questions. Enough about Ramadan. We would come back to it later. But let's talk about your future plans. So we know that future is not really what we expect all the time, but still, all of us, we have some plans. So I would like to start with Brother Ali Akbar, that because you're graduating very shortly. So what is your future plan after UNICEF? What you plan to do?
That's the difficult question, I think. And actually, I have planned after study. My plan is do one masters either Canada or Australia or somewhere else. But during this pandemic, is quite difficult. The economic effect, so it's quite difficult, and we not get scholarship because now majority funding is using for the general public, not for education purpose. Because now life save first, then others thing. So then after finish, then I prefer to work in Middle East because my one of brother, he is imam in Qatar. So I would like to work there because here salary also quite high, I think. Mo also know because he is from Saudi. Even he is Sudanese, but his family live in Saudi, so it's quite high demandable salary. So, but if I get, let's say, if I graduate this year and if I get opportunities in Malaysia, then I will choose Malaysia also because this time is no one knows what's going on future because of coronavirus. So we have to see it and tawakkul to Allah. That means we have to depend on Allah Subhanahu wa Taala.
Yes, actually, for your subject, which is IT, I think Malaysia has a lot of scopes and they want more IT students, like brilliant students like you. So what about you, Mohammed?
Well, for the for the future plan, nobody knows so far, but we have like something called setting goals. So far, alhamdulillah, we just going through our goals. And my plan is to, after I graduate from here, which is inshallah next year, that I will try to go back home, first of all, to support and help my family to grow back. And so far, I mean, for now, we just don't know so far because so far you can see the world is like quite changed 100%, like more than 200%, like changed totally and completely. So we just hope for the better with this quarantine. For the people who are gonna graduate now sooner, just look for them that so can help the others, or can help the people, can help the world. And for the people who delaying like next year or something, we still have like a lot of work to do. First of all, we have to finish our career, so our degree, our school, and then after that we just set goals for what next.
Okay, I think that's a great idea for a goal. So as we know that not many Ramadan days are left, so Hari Raya is coming. So what are your plans for the day, especially staying in the middle of a pandemic and inside hostel? What are your plans?
Well, so now this Ramadan, the first Ramadan is totally different from the previous years. We never see or like witness anything like this. For me, I already had an invitation from my friend. She's like the local one. I said it, mentioned it all earlier. They are actually my family, or like I said, my local family here. I already got an offer for him that I spend dry with them, which is like I learn a lot from them. whether the food, whether the culture, how they act in Ramadan, and like the visiting and a lot of food. Actually, you have to like call open house. And I remember last year I went to open houses, like few open houses to be honest. Once I got invitation from my lecturer, which is Madame Noreliana. To be honest, she is the greatest lady that I ever witnessed in this university, and I wish her all the best. And thanks to her. Like she invited her to her house. Actually, the food was so quite delicious. I mean, the thing that I like, the thing that make me forget about the previous days of Ramadan and like the food and the facilities that I facing food away from my family, which is like the thing that happened in Raya, which is like I go people houses and they invite us, like they offer us food and they are showing us like their culture and everything. It's quite amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. Where I can tell like a lot of my friends they had the chance to like spend Raya or something like this with the local families and so. But trust me, it's an opportunity. Yeah, you guys, if you had the chance, just take it and go with it. Trust me, you can forget about the whole previous days, the hard days, and you can enjoy the real Raya. I mean, of course, back home there's a best Raya, but here also there's plenty of good things you can experience.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us because it's very nice to hear. So what about you, Brother Ali Akbar? What's your plan on Hari Raya this year?
Actually, this year is not sure because not have any plan yet because we see the Islamic Council in Malaysia, so they postpone prayer, Jama prayer. And the last year, same Idul Fitri, we have invitation from our TNC, Dr. Hamdan. So he invited all international students, make open house. So all the students, those are state campus, international students at that time, they just went and just ate, talking, chatting, or whatever they want, just sharing, because he was the first time to enjoy. But this year, let's say people are allowed to gather purpose of open Hari Raya event. So if our international student here, if I'm not mistaken, 27. So if we make it like at cafe, if UISS BJ organize an event, open Hari Raya something, maybe we can maintain social distance because we have large area here, so we can make it if we want actually. So it's depend on UISS BJ.
Yeah, it sounds quite interesting actually because social distancing we have to maintain. Also, we have to spend our Hari Raya. So what do you think, Mr. President? What do you think about this idea?
Well, before this quarantine or before this pandemic happens, we already had a plans that we can have gathering, we can have like a Raya day as international students, and we had a lot of ideas that could help us like how to be a real community and so. But unfortunately, with this epidemic happens in Corona, we cannot have no longer this event soon because the government in all the world they are like self quarantine. Everyone stay at home and like have his own life inside the home. So for us, unfortunately, we cannot have the ideas that we approved and we already like wrote it down and we just agree for it. Like which is we had an idea that we can have like iftar every day in the Soro back there, even though we had idea that after Ramadan end, like which is we have like a Raya gathering, and for now we just can say we thinking about other options, which is what after the quarantine, but not what during the quarantine. But we have a lot of idea. Hopefully, just this epidemic finish or end earlier, and we pray Allah that everything will go easy. So after that, we can pursue our normal life.
Oh, okay, that's so sad to hear, but we can't do anything. It's pandemic. So I would like to ask you guys another serious question, which is like you guys are far away from your country, right? So you know how does it feel? So would you recommend your future generation to fly so far away from their country to attend studying in Malaysia?
For me, I prefer other generation to come Malaysia because it's easy immigration process and is the if compared to other countries like UK, Canada, or US or Australia, the tuition fee is much more cheaper here. So here undergrad is very high tuition fee. So you can finish here is a reasonable tuition fee and you will get the standard education and also unique and diverse culture here. So all people, all like these communities, they do together anything, they share each other. So there is no problem here, and also there is not any security issue, no like any murder or anything that can affect your security, your life. That there is nothing here, and also no language barrier. If you go like China, so you have to learn the Chinese language first if you want to study in university in China, and also other country like if you France also they prefer French also. So depend on language, others thing. Malaysia is a good option for middle class family also, and for Bangladesh it's not that far Malaysia because each semester you can go your hometown because it's ticket price is not that much high. So overall, that's all from me.
Yeah, that's I would agree with you. So what about you, Mohammed?
Where the question was, would you recommend future generation to fly far away from homes? Well,
Yeah.
for our better chance or our better opportunities, for me personally, I would prefer like to choose wisely, like the best place that offer you all the quality that you ask for with the price that you pay for, and for the quality of education. Actually, you can have education anywhere in the world, but you're looking for quality. And sometimes you just have bad luck, which is that you choose a place, have a good picture, but the quality of education out the concept inside there is totally 100% different compared to the price that you pay. Like sometimes you just feel that you are trapped, okay, and you just have no option other than you just accept. So for me personally, if I had a daughter or son or some like want to study outside, yes, I would support that idea 100% as long as that's his choice. But I would recommend or her to choose wisely, like to see exactly what's inside there, like the quality and the people who already graduate or the senior people. We can ask. The problem is we did not ask when we just get involved or we just attend to this place or anywhere. So maybe just like lack of information or just like you can say what not enough knowledge. So in the future, like now, this is like a lesson for us. Like we can ask and learn like about the place that we're gonna go, even for the work or even for like a place, even if a house you want to stay, you have to ask about your neighbor. So you have to know what's inside there without like going there and then you'd be totally shocked or surprised. So it's kind of good question that we have to know what we're going to do. And with situation that there is like what we can face in the future, how long we're gonna be in these terms and stuff.
Yeah, true. Same with me. So let's ask a hypothetical question. So we know that when an international students stay at Malaysia, when their study is finished, when they graduate, they no longer can stay here on the ground in Malaysia. So they have to return back. So for example, you are graduated, you went back to your country, but after a few months, you will have your convocation program. Everyone dreams of this day, their whole study life. So would you fly back to Malaysia only to get convocation just for a day?
Actually, this is the biggest memories of any student life, right? For convocation. So let's say if for me, especially for me, just I'm sharing with my personal. If let's say I go other country, then if the opportunities have, so I can pay my ticket, I can come easily. So I have to return back because I will I will no longer stay here as a student because my student pass will be finished. So I have to go back and I have to, yeah, I have to do something like doing job. Then after this, I have to come. And if not, I have to take the certificate. But it's very sad if I say, because I don't think so. Any student miss these opportunities because it's the affect his life and his future, and also his future generation also can share his image. It's like something memories, right? So I think, okay, no problem.
Yes, that's the spirit actually, because we know that as an international students, it's a lot of processing to fly from one country, even if it's very close. It's a long process, because we have to, we cannot come with a student visa anymore. We have to apply for tourist visa and just apply like any other people. So it's quite difficult, but you willing to come back just for a day, it shows your dedication to your studies. So what about you, Muhammad?
Well, depends on the situation. If like I had the chance to come from my country, because I'm not graduating this year, as I mentioned earlier. So most probably I'm going to be here for inshallah. I am going to be here for my graduation. But for my friend Ali, if he graduated this semester or he already graduated, I mean, kind of depends on his situation. If he can flow back here to just attend to his country. And we so far we don't know what's going outside the world. Like we don't know if they will allow to people to go back to their homes and this. So because I know some people, especially my family, some of them are stuck in outside their country. See, so we just hope for a better, and we just inshallah say it's going to be easier in the few days or few weeks.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. So as we know that Brother Ali Akbar, um, he is actually, be graduated very soon. So along with him, a lot of who are international are gonna graduate as well. So as the president of UISS Club, Muhammad, do you have any plan to honor them in any way, even if there's a pandemic going on?
Uh, for that, to be honest, we kind of had idea before to honor the people who like in high academic pointer and so. But for these people who are going to graduate sooner, which is like the people who help the community, which is UISS, like Ali Akbar, Mr. Ali Akbar, he the one who were in MVP, and he helped the previous committee so much. We all see and be witness for that. And I hope and inshallah, we just say that you guys, we're gonna surprise you with something, inshallah. At least what we can do, like at least we can just give you certificates. Depends on the events or the activities you guys had and help others with it.
Yes, inshallah, because there's so much inspiration when we look at the seniors. They have done so much for us, and if we don't recognize their doings, the future generation, the juniors won't be willing to help the others. So I think it's a great idea, Mr. President, that you have decided to do something. So my next question is to Brother Ali Akbar. We all know that as an MPP, you are like the first international MPP to get that position and fulfill the work. Also, you learned how to speak in Malay so that you can actually, communicate with them better. So, can you share the experience with us? How was it? Was it hard? Was it interesting? Just tell us.
Uh, okay, let's begin. It's not actually that difficult because it's just you need a strong mentality and to determine what you are going to do. Is it the help the people, or you can do it by your own responsibilities? Firstly, my first semester was one subject, human team building and personality, was Mr. Izon Shoadak. He was the one who always motivated me to attend any club activities or any community service or any survival camp, something like that. But I was quite interested because at that time I joined with them. I met like seniors student, those are going to finish study soon. That kind of student I have met with them with that class. Then I just know just a comment, Mr. Izwan Shodak. Then when I decided to be MPP, then first challenging it was how to promote myself. So it's quite challenging also because you have to, if you want to win this election, you have to promote yourself to each class, distribute your poster, you have to give speech and whatever you manifesto, you have to implementation. Then I just do it by going to class and just talking. It seems like you feeling shy. If you feel shy, just drop out like this. And collaborating with our friends, especially some local friends, they are really helped me. They made some videos, they promote by themselves, and like this I just attend. So my thinking is just taking responsibility. It doesn't make any sense if you don't have any work. Like you have to do fulfill the work and you have to do duty and responsibilities. You just whatever you have, you just try your best to help the other student. So I tried a lot to help students. Sometimes not also because I raise any issue to our management. If management approve, like let's say they want to help the student, or they want to any problem facing any student, they want to solve this. I just try to solve it. Even last time, some student facing a serious problem, so I just raise it to the top management. Alhamdulillah, it's great. They help the student, but sometimes it's challenging also because sometimes language barrier, some local they don't want to interact with international also, and we also don't want to interact with local student. That's the problem also, both of us. But I tried both of party to make collaborating and make any program like Mr. Izon Shuadak. I shared with him to make any event to both party collaborating, then they can learn each other, they can understand each other, then it's very easy to understand each other. So overall is for international student, I think it's just if determination have, then it's easily to win. So last time we see some student it's not they are not fail actually, because Safia Veronica, there was a candidate but they didn't promote themselves. That's the problem. That's why they didn't. That was a chance to win, but they didn't. They said faculty approved them, but at the end there is no vacancy for them also. It's so sad because there is no MPP this time. So if any question, just let me ask.
Yes, we all remember when you were an MPP, you always helped the juniors, even seniors, everyone. So I would like to ask you again, like that, what is your motivation behind helping others? Like why you do this? Because when you do this, you're not always rewarded. Sometimes when you help people, people actually, instead of doing good to you, do bad things. It happens everywhere. So what is your motivation that keeps you going, helping others, even if you're not assigned to do it?
Yeah, but I think for helping someone it doesn't need any position. But as you see, we facing some problem like this. If you go to others, someone like make enemy with you, so it's just simple thing. Don't talk like criticize or something. Just do whatever you good, just good to help. I think I believe it. Just the sadaqah, the small sadaqah. I know that smiling a man to see you. This is the also one sadaqah. So I think I don't want to see any student, those are the real student, they face any problem. I also feel hearted because if facing problem is they're gonna go back, especially international student. So they have to return back. They have paid a lot of money here. So how come a small issue become like a bigger issue? So just try to solve the problem. And there is just helping people is just need a mentality, good mentality is okay enough. It doesn't need any position.
Yeah, sounds like you're a very kind-hearted person. I would also like to recognize the new president and his doings. He's also doing a lot of good things for the club and for the international students. The whole committee is trying to pull up all the events they're planning to do, even if it's quite hard because when we try to submit a proposal or something like that, it's all in Malay, and not knowing enough Malay makes it very difficult because we have to deal with not only the event, also the procedures to get the approval. So yeah, I am quite optimistic about our president taking over the committee and moving forward with us, all of the international students. So I would like to ask one more interesting question. That is that I know that president would be shocked a bit, but yes, the next question is, in our previous live, we were told that how about, they were suggesting us that how about we open a counseling committee so that we can counsel the new students, not only the juniors, also some, you know, same age students like us, when they are in depression, when they're trying to study but it's not going well. They're so far from their country that they're not feeling well. So they, because as an international students, we have to go through a lot, not only studies. We must keep up the studies so that our visa doesn't get cancelled, and then we also need to focus on our mental health and our, you know, nutrition factors. So that's why it was suggested that what can you guys do as counselors to help those students who lost their way. So what is your say about that?
Well, for that, I can say for like personally, I speak for myself. Like I faced a lot of trouble for the past 2 months, and it was like quite so hard for me. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy that you can tell somebody about your own personal problem or your own issues. I mean, sometimes eventually you need to talk with someone. That's true. And for that, like I'd give an advice for those people like who are facing any type of trouble or any type of problem. Don't be quiet. You can speak to someone who's close to you, either your brother, either your sister, your mom, your dad, your family. If you cannot, you can talk to your partner or so. But for me, it's like I know it's not easy to talk about your personal problem, your own issues, but we just have God that we can just speak to him about anything, everything, and we know that someone who's listening and he knows inside us, and what our tension is. So I recommend to anybody who has any trouble or any facing any difficulties in his life, just have to refer to his God. That's for believers. For non-believers also, we can find like anybody can share with him what you're facing and what you're dealing with. So people sometimes they don't understand. You think that your life is going well, everything is amazing, like you don't face like what they're facing. No, we all understand in this life. We all have this certain problem issues. Like we all face it. So we just the way that we hide it or the way that we keep it for ourselves is the way that make us strong. And some people they don't understand. Like we also work for them. So people like some people they don't know that you try your best like to show them like the best image of like what you're doing. But eventually, sometimes it works with you, sometimes it doesn't. But you just as long as you're going straight in your way and you know what you're doing and the thing that you do gain for you best interest and for the others just do it and keep going and do it don't stop never quit and we just wish you and hope for you the best. And for the people who face academic trouble or problems, before we talk about it, but as a committee or as a president or vice president secretary also, we can help by just telling you, okay, you can refer, we can talk to you can talk to us if you're willing to, and we can just go to the head of department there, like international office. We just tell them 1, 2, 3. So far, there's nobody approach us and tell us like he has a problem, they have a problem. But ourselves, personally, we have a problem. We refer to them. So we cannot fix something that we cannot fix, but we try to guide you or help you by recommend for you what to do and what person is should or supposed to contact. Like so far, we have Mr. Adam. He's been so helpful for now for the ICE UNICEF international student, and we all can see and touch that. Like, because seriously, to be honest, so far I have not taken more than 3 minutes talking to him in person, but we can see a lot of work that he put in for us, and a lot of support, and he wished for us all the best. Why? Because he understand and he knew the meaning of like to help himself, he have to help others, and that's the real concept here. You help thinking helping others, trust me, 100%. That's all gonna gain for you, for best interest or for the others too.
True, Mohammed, I agree with you, but there's a thing that's coming to my mind that what if people don't want to reach you or the committee members to share their problems because it's too personal or random? They just don't want to get embarrassed. So maybe we can use those anonymous apps where they can just submit their problems, and we just post the picture of that problem like in a site where they want the help and talk to them like anonymously. So maybe
Okay.
that is like we can make it official, right?
I just share one information. Okay.
I have something to add. Sorry. For that, if I'm not mistaken, I saw something like posted in a group, international group, says that for students who face any difficulties or any problems or any stuff, their service what's called support service for international student or something like that. I haven't tried it with myself or by myself,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there's
that's it.
something like that. And to be honest, like if you would like to deal your problem here inside, like as if you're a student or you're someone close from the international student or from person from UNICEF, you can refer to the people here in UNICEF. But if you can find yourself, you cannot be able to reach them, or you just feel uncomfortable to share your personal problems, maybe there's a lot of website online you can refer to, but we're not telling you go far. We just telling you come here, come near, because we are so far as a community. We can help each other if we help. And like if you suggest like an app or like a page or like somewhere that you can share your experience or your trouble or anything, I can tell you can just send message here. We have the web now. We just make a Facebook for international student. You can send us anything. The page controlled by 3 people, if I'm not mistaken. The media man, me personally, and if I'm not mistaken, Ahmed, which is for this event or for this talk. But in the future, we can just make it so close or private. You can share your experience or anything from your trouble or problems, and hopefully we just find a way. Unless if you just don't find us qualified or we just cannot help you in person or we don't feel comfortable for us, you can just refer to Mr. Adam, the director of international student. You have Mr. Ferdos in Redmond also helping all the students, and nobody can deny that. He can help you with anything. And we have Mr. Kamalul as well, and you have Madam Luzaima in the international student. So we have like the whole group of staff that working for you. So don't feel hesitate or don't feel like it's close, and you can just refer to them as well, because they are here to help us in personal life maybe and academic life and everything. So I just recommend for you, just don't stay in your closet or don't just be like depressed and all of that. We all feel each other because we all feel the experience. Now we have been locked down for like quite long time so far. We never been staying home like this period of time. And the thing that makes you so sad, you cannot like have your like normal life, like the life that you used to do before. We cannot do anything. You see, we cannot do anything so far. We just pray for the better. You can just do yourself. You can work on yourself. You can apply yourself. You can start like meditate. You can just pray. You can just go around your house. You can walk. If you're inside the facilities like Unicel, they allow us to go outside. Like if you want to walk around or something like that, you can just don't close yourself and don't think it's like, okay, this is the end of the road. There's no hope. There's nothing that I cannot do anymore. No, there's a lot, plenty ways ahead of you. Just the only person who control that is you and yourself and your mind. So please just don't be like that.
For
That's true, Muhammad. That's true. Also, Brother Ali Akbar wanted to say something. Please carry on.
just for counseling service, I just want to add information because we have both campus, we have a specific counselor. So if some student they're facing any problem, so they can refer to them. Also, they can provide whatever they have. They have psychological test and also something test. Then make it easy for them. Also, they are not being depressed if they talk to them. So the refer to them also is easy, and also we have Dr. Adam. So officially no problem if any student personally they share each other. There's also no problem if they are shy to ask them. Just refer to them. They can help our student also.
Yes, that's true. We know that there's a big banner in the Dewan Biru that about counseling. Yes, but I've got some reviews from some students. They emailed those email ID and filled up surveys, but the survey says that they're supposed to get back to them and give them an appointment. But I've not heard anyone getting response. Actually, maybe it's currently off or something. I don't know, but that sounds like a good deal actually, because all of us once in a while have a mental breakdown, like because of so much pressure. Not only us international students, it happens to basically everyone. So it's
Exactly.
actually quite important to have a counseling as a student, because we need to push forward. Like there's no way that we can take rest or something, because we know that even how many semesters, by how many semesters we're gonna graduate is already full timelined. We cannot exceed that. If we exceed that, then we are going to have visa issues and like answer several questions like why aren't we finishing it off in a particular number of semesters. So it's quite basically more for the international students, because on every weekend the local students can actually go back to their hometown. Not like the students from Sabah, Sarawak, maybe they cannot go back every weekend, but still they have some relationship or like relationship here somewhere, so they can just refer to that. But for international students, the hostel is like their home. So yeah, I think
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
very good idea, like because when it's usually a program of local students, international students don't try to participate. They try to avoid it. Even for us, the international committee, we are trying to have their cooperation. They still don't want to participate. So we can think that what is their say about the local program. So that's why I think it's a good idea that we make a separate one for international students and make it official, so that they can feel that yes, it is trusted and it is trustworthy, and they can rely on the counseling. So also we would like to take suggestions from the local students who are actually doing it, because they are doing quite well. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
think,
good idea.
yeah, so I would like to ask one more question about the hostel life, because you see, hostel life is quite interesting. So, but it has its difficulties. So I would like to ask both of you that would you miss this life? Would you feel like, oh, okay, now I'm safe. I don't have to live there anymore when you're graduated, or you will always miss this place, living here in the hostel?
Yeah.
Maybe Brother Ali start. Yes.
Yeah, actually, how to say, it's quite, I cannot define it how I miss UNICEF actually if I graduate. Let's say whenever I go outside or I travel any place to any state to other state like Penang or Terengganu or Kedah, this kind of place. But I miss too much. I have to return back very fast because I missed home. And Malaysia, that's my first home. And that is the place I love and I like to stay here. Even one semester break, if I don't go back country, just stay here. Very peace, very calm. There is no sound, no more sound. It's like so I just stay there, and definitely I gonna miss it. Seriously, I miss it. But if have financial better position, then inshallah I'll just visit maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, something like that. You can visit also UNICEF because it will be existing. It's not like something it will be destroyed.
Inshallah, we also hope that you can come back here always. So let's go to Muhammad. What's your answer?
Thank you for mentioning the hostel life and everything. Actually, to be honest, the first thought that came to my mind when you ask about the hostel life, I thought that about the current situation now. And after I heard Mr. Ali answer, and then I remember, yeah, we had a lot of fun and a lot of memories inside this houses, our rooms. And hostel life, to be honest, is the most incredible thing that so far I can imagine or I can remember, because we had experienced a lot of things in these places. You know, you just try to put your memory back and you remember your friends. You used to hang out in everyone's house and like you guys hang out, you play. I mean, you play games and this stuff, and it's something that I'm pretty sure that I could remember for a long time so far. For now, I can say myself like, I'm sick of this place so far, the hostel life and everything. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Okay.
Because of pandemic.
Yes, because the pandemic. Because I've been locked down in my house like since when, you see, and I cannot go anywhere. Like I cannot even.
It's
I
for all
cannot
people,
go.
not only you.
I cannot. I cannot go to Combo. Okay. Okay. For this, the first part, yeah, the hostel life is so amazing. Nobody can deny that. Although they have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
advantage and disadvantage. About now, current situation now, and nowadays there's a lot of strict rules here in UNICEF. Plus the pandemic, plus you lock down inside the house, you self quarantine, you cannot go anywhere, you cannot do anything. I'm just envy the people who staying outside the campus so far. We're grateful, yeah, UNICEF have been providing for us service, which is like food. Otherwise, we cannot. We are like, to be honest, we like a kind of prison. I'm saying that personally. Why? Because I faced this trouble like 3 weeks ago. While I want to go to
Okay.
get my star from Kambong, here Kambong at the back of.
Mm.
I'm not going to go KL. I'm not going to go Kuala Selangor, not Pastor Jaya, even though 15 minutes far. I wanted to go to Kambong, and the guard
Mm.
stopped me, asking me, "Where are you going?" I said, I'm going to get my food. He said, no, you cannot go. I said, sorry, because for the past week, every few days, I go to Kambo and I just ask permission from the other guards and they will allow me. They will open the door for me and I go. And because of that, I faces a lot of trouble. And the guard record me doing act, and he sent it to the supervisor. And then they come to Ali, ask him where I live, and they knock my door, and they've been like in bad image as a staff. He was yelling at no, that's serious. He been yelling at me as I'm like a kid of 5 years old. I did not accept that. I told him with due respect, if you want to talk to me politely, yeah, you're welcome. Come and talk and we discuss what I did. Yeah, it's wrong, 100%. But you cannot go through me like this and like, because I'm not a kid and I can't do it anymore. If you want me now to do it, I will do it. And he just said, no, if you want to do this one, two, three. And then I remembered, even though the the head staff for international student, they contact me, even though Mr. Adam was calling me. I mean, he was explaining to me that act that I did is wrong. One, two, three, it's like this, and I admit that yeah, it's wrong. 100%, it's true. But that time, that situation, I've been fasting. I went to the back gate at Kambong, and the guard asked me to go from the big gate to go out walking. That's not accepted. As a person, no, I cannot. I don't have a car, I don't have a cycle, I cannot go anywhere without like using my feet. And just that time that I want to go outside. I know the pandemic life is like making you crazy. Sometimes you do bad acts, sometimes you do bad decision, but don't let that affect your personality and your life. To be honest, sometimes I think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself inside my house. But no, I think that's normal. Like I think most of the people do this thing, but everything so far is okay. So for that, I just hope their director and the people who international office when they see this live stream, hopefully they will just consider what we're talking about. Like there's a lot of things people asking for and simple things.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple things, but it's not big deal if you just allow them to go to Combo to get them food. Even though now UNICEF said they're gonna stop the food, and I don't think UNICEF have the right to not allow the student to go out to Combo because they already will stop the food. So anyone have his free will to go outside anywhere, anytime, without being questioned. Because we've been here inside UNICEF and we cannot go anywhere else so far. That's
Okay,
all.
let's just add some information regarding that one. Actually, it's sorry to hear that one. It's actually happened to you because that time it quite strictly following rules and regulation, and they make adding new rules. So we talk to our director, and I also talk to Dr. Hamdan that information to make it easy, because if you want to go kampung now, you need to take permission. That permission sometimes they allow, sometimes it takes 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, sometimes 1 hour. So you just go to kampung just for 10 minutes and you take the permission, just you need to take 1 hour. So we raise the issue to Dr. Hamdan. Hopefully he will accept and extend the time until 7. Then we can go easily. There is no problem. Some guys are very strict. Sometimes they think they are the VC of UNICEF also. Sometimes I feel also. Even one day they argument with me also. No, they are just talking, and they said we are just following our head of direction. So anything, just vice chancellor order this thing. So actually I don't think so vice chancellor is thinking like this. Vice chancellor is okay, no problem. If we have problem, they have to see it also. They don't allow us, they don't allow us to go or like this. They make, sometimes we feel it is badly, then we let's say uh, information shared to our Dr. Hamdan, then hopefully we will get easily, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Brother Ali Akbar, because you will be leaving UNICEF soon, so it would be problematic to reach the higher authority through you. So yes, I would agree with Muhammad, because we've been facing this a lot, because I know it's a pandemic we should keep in, but there are some rules that actually, doesn't make sense, because when you want to take a food for a few minutes, even if the same people are staying inside UNICEF for a very long time, so there's no chance to get infected. So it's quite difficult. But I know that the guard, even if it's a risky time, they're following their duty and they're taking care of us. So that's why whatever happens, we have to follow the rules. But I hope the rules get a bit less restricted, because even the MCO is not that strict like before and throughout the Malaysia. So I think the rules in UNICEF should be a bit more less restricted as well. So I would like, we are actually in the end of our program. I didn't see any comments through the producer, Mr. Ahmed. So I'm guessing that there's no comments. So in the end, I would like both of you guys to share a message, like, to everyone, because we don't know when we can actually be together again like this. So please, guys, share your message to everyone.
Those who are watching, thanks for everyone for watching us, and pray for us, and also we pray for you guys, and hopefully this pandemic will be soon, inshallah. And this Ramadan time, this is the last 10 days, so we should pray, and we should find out the Laylatul Qadr also, because it's the best 1000 night more than the ibadah. So just pray, then hopefully inshallah we will better soon.
Thank you so much. So Muhammad, also please give us a message towards everyone.
Okay, for you guys, and I wish you easy days, easy and bright future. And for you, all of you guys now, I know the classes, online classes, is not something that you used to do before. And I wish you guys have to arrange your time and you know how to do your task because we cannot. I mean, before Ramadan, we just used to get some quarantine routine, which is like eating, sleeping, repeating nothing else, nothing new. So I would like you guys to start to apply yourself. Like you learn new hobby, find exercise, talk to people, and like contact with your family daily. Because all the people nowadays inside their house, all inside their homes, nobody outside. So you can find and you can reach to anybody by online. Okay, don't gather just online. You call your friends, you call your family, talk to your partner, and everything. So just try to share your experience. I mean, we all facing the same difficulties so far. We are living the same life. I mean, you can see we all connected in a kind of way. All the world, you see, that means you're not alone. Whatever you're facing, that means you're not the only person who facing it. If you are like doing anything, that means you're not the only person who's doing it. All the world doing this as you and same as you. But the difference who's doing it best, who's doing it better. So I just recommend you guys apply yourself and use your time well. And I wish you easy days. And like now with Ramadan, even though a few days for Raya, use the days wisely. We are the last 10 days of Ramadan, and there's Laylatul Qadr, better than 83 years like from life and something like that. So we can use the time, just pray, recite the Quran, and do just ibadah. And I wish you guys happy iftar and thank you for having us for this nice chit chatting. And I recommend that we just doing it more and much often in the future. And because it's been like nice to talk to you guys and see you live. And I wish all my friends who was watching and my family too, because I saw my brother, he's watching somewhere, my two brothers and my family. And I wish all my friends the best days, our nights, our happy iftar so far back home. And inshallah, you guys can hear from us more and much often.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. Actually, now I see some comments. Actually, there's one comment about do we need permission to go to Kampong? Yes, we need. In fact, we cannot get out of. There are like two hostels, right? Guys hostel and girls hostel. So we cannot get out of the girls hostel boundary after 7 p.m., which is bizarre because our breaking fast time is 7:30. So if we want to go out, like to have something outside for breaking fast, it's impossible. Some students are inside campus, right? So we have class. If we want to do assignments or something, even then we are not allowed to go out. And also from the UNISL boundary, we cannot get out after 5 p.m., which is also sad because we might have some emergencies to go before iftar time. So yes, we need permission. So another Farah Hanan, what did he? Wait, let me see the comments. Yeah, Safia Khan says that it's so nice to see you all. Take care. Thank you, Safia. And there's Tyari. He says that Mo, keep up the mustache. It looks good. So obviously it's a friendly gesture. There is no question from the international students towards us, but I think for today's meeting, this discussion, we have a memorandum that we will make the counseling thing official. So other than that, we had a great time discussing about Ramadan and Hari Raya. I wish you guys very happy happy Ramadanul Kareem and a very good Hari Raya. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much, Muhammad, Panelist 1 and Panelist 2, Brother Ali Akbar, and also our producer Ahmed, who is helping us to put up this program. Without him, we wouldn't be successful. So thank you so much also the viewers. So see you again, inshallah. Allah Hafiz. Bye.